This is the evening news for Saturday, November 15, 2014. I'm Michael Young. Thanks for joining us. Making the headlines tonight. Business community outraged at APNU's boycott warning. GECOM needs 6 months before local government elections can be held. Hughes signals plan for constitutional reform. Rupnarine chided for attack on press freedom. Whitaker warns NDC overseers about poor performance. Glenlal filed back with the police. And court's Christmas light-up transforms Main Street. It's now time for your news in detail. The United States Food and Drug Administration recently completed a comprehensive current goods manufacturing practices inspection of the new GPC Inc. facility located at Farm East Bank, Demerara.
The inspection was conducted from September 1 to September 4. New GPC currently exports over-the-counter drug products and dietary supplements to the United States market. The inspection culminated in continued clearance for the company to export its products to the United States. The United States Food and Drug Administration periodically inspects foreign companies that export products to the United States to assure compliance to the Code of Federal Regulation, Title 21, Parts 111, 210, and 211. Compliance to these regulations is essential in ensuring that only safe and effective products are manufactured and exported to the United States. The recent inspection of the new GPC facility covered many areas, which may have included procedure for procurement, inspection, testing and approval of material, requirement for manufacturing equipment, product specification, warehousing, storage conditions, stability of product and management of product traceability after distribution or sale. Additionally, various systems established to drive continuous improvement were examined, such as training, complaint handling, and changes related to product and systems. The final inspection report supported and validated new GPC's compliance and commitment to U.S. regulatory standards, assuring safety to all users of its products.
As the political atmosphere in Guyana gets increasingly tense, the private sector says it will remain focused and carry out business as usual. This comes in the face of a threat to boycott several businesses in Guyana by a Partnership for National Unity executive member and former People's National Congress Member of Parliament Lurleen Nesta. Details in this report.
Nesta, in a release to the public, stated that the Aperture for National Unity strategy will vary and intensify as the party continues to fight the recent prorogation of the National Assembly. Though the move to prorogue the National Assembly was a cause of utter vexation to the opposition parties, President Donald Ramotar had insisted that the proclamation was made so that opposition would not stall development. However, Nesta has warned that the business community must take the side of the Guyanese people and stand up against the People's Progressive Party civic administration. In a total contradiction to her statement, Nesta says that they, quote, are asking, not coercing, begging, or forcing anyone, end of quote. She indicated that failure by any business across the country to place this banner will result in any immediate boycott. She indicated that failure by any business across the country to place this banner will result in an immediate boycott. She said that businesses have until Monday to put up these signs, noting that failure on any part of these business to do so as instructed will indicate that they are PPPC supporters and, quote, are in bed with the dictatorial PPPC regime. But when contacted on Sunday, Chairman of the Private Sector Commission Ramesh Prasad says that the Commission will not stand by while sections of the community are being victimized and admonished for their political choices.
In this report, we hear that President Donald Ramotar maintained that the Guyana Elections Commission needs at least 6 months to prepare for local government elections. Details in this story.
President Donald Ramotar told media operatives on Friday that GECOM has indicated they need at least 6 months in preparations for the hosting of local government elections. The president noted that this time will be used to organize and educate the public on the new voting system.
I suspect that has to do with maybe the boundaries that the boundaries and so forth that they will have to determine. What are the boundaries for the local government? Because it's going to be a new form of local government, a new system, they will need time for voter education. I suspect, I mean, here I'm speculating. I'm only saying what I think, why they need the time. They will need to do those voter education, etc., etc. So they said that they need 6 months for them to be able to organize a successful local government election.
The President reiterated that prior to the prorogation of Parliament, he had no issue with setting a date for the local government elections. However, the opposition decided to move a no-confidence motion against his administration. As such, no actions could have been taken regarding elections. Further questioned about his refusal to assent to one of 3 local government bills that were approved by the parliamentary opposition, President Ramatar pointed out that there is nothing in the bill that will prevent the hosting of local government elections.
There is no bill that is unassented to that can stop the local government election from being held.
Have you signed those bills, though?
All the bills that have been signed are adequate enough to have a local government election held.
So you plan going in without the outstanding ones?
Because I was informed that one of these bills was unconstitutional. Okay, and that's why. But that bill does not prevent a local government election from being held.
GCOM will need to verify the eligibility of candidates in each of the 71 local authorities and also print separate ballots for each local authority since the candidates will be different. Additionally, the Commission needs at least 21 days before elections to print the ballots overseas. Reporting for the Evening News, Fanu Manikchan.
A Partnership for National Unity's co-chairman Dr. Rupert Roopnarine has been condemned after he called on supporters of the APNU to boycott several media houses. Details in this report.
As the Partnership for National Unity rally commenced last evening, the National Communications Network, NCN, the Guyana Chronicle and the privately owned Guyana Times were the subject of a viciously urged embargo by Dr. Roopnarine. Roopnarine urged the hundreds of Guyanese assembled at the Square of the Revolution for an APNU rally on Friday evening to boycott those media entities. Roopnarine said, and I quote, "We understand the manipulation and the nastiness of their threats and we will act on it. Do not buy the Guyana Chronicle or the Guyana Times, and when you see Channel 11 comes on, change it." End of quote. President Donald Ramatar today expressed his disappointment in the politician. Ramatar says that it is very sad that Roopnarine has taken that position. He noted too that Roopnarine is part of a party that calls for press freedom and at the same time attacks it. But the Attorney General says Roopnarine's remarks with respect to the free media is unwarranted and quite unfortunate, noting that it can only be considered an attack on the freedom of press. He said it is quite regrettable that a senior politician like Dr. Roopnarine and the major opposition in the country continue to make such unfortunate statements regarding press freedom. Press freedom is a constitutional guaranteed fundamental right and an integral pillar of our democracy. This call can only be construed as an attack on freedom of the press, Nandlal said. The minister called on those persons who would have freely called for freedom of the press to be respected in the past to sound their voices at this present time, since it is the only right for them to do so. Royden James, reporting for the Evening News.
For the third time, the police filed an investigation into an allegation of threatening language which was made against the publisher of Kaicher News, Glenn Lal. It's with the Guyana Police Force. More details in this report.
According to information received and confirmed by the Guyana Police Force, the file was sent back for some additional information to be cleared up by the police. The Evening News understands that the file was sent to the police on Friday after spending close to 2 weeks at the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. The file was initially sent to the DPP's chamber on October 14 and returned to Crime Chief Leslie James on October 15. The DPP returned the file to the police requesting clarifications on various aspects of the allegations. The police then included information requested by the DPP and returned the file on October 22. Commissioner of the Guyana Revenue Authority, Khurshid Sattar, has accused Lal of issuing grave threats to him on the phone following the publication of a story in which he, Lal, was implicated in a scam to rob government of import duty on 2 luxury SUVs. It would seem that this killing, which somehow led to no sanctions against Lal, set into train a pattern of excesses by Lal that continue to this day with the latest charge of tax fraud. On January 20, 1994 in Macdoom, according to the Stabrook News, Glenn Mohan Lal, the vigilante, now the publisher and owner of the Kaichor News, shot and killed 30-year-old resident Kenny France. He was never arrested, nor were any charges ever brought against him. Royden James, reporting for the Evening News.
Republic Bank's Deals on Wheels promotion came to an end this week, as we hear from Bishop Mohammed.
In a simple ceremony held at the bank's headquarters, Republic Bank on Thursday presented the winners of the Deal on Wheels 2014 campaign with their prizes. The lucky winners were Eon Rodney, who copped the first prize of a trip for two to St. Lucia for 4 nights. The second prize winner was Deodra Alexander, who secured a trip for two to Barbados for 3 nights. Grabbing the third prize was Kesley Andrews, who won a trip for two to Trinidad and Tobago. All of the prizes were inclusive of airfares and accommodation. There were also 2 consolation prizes which went to Faisal and Rafina Hussein, who won a day trip to Kaitro Falls, and Shalon Boville, who won a day trip for 2 to the Baganara Nature Reserve. Speaking to the Evening News was the Republic Bank's branch manager, Carla Brown, who explained how the winners were chosen.
The Deal on Wheels Auto Financing campaign is an annual campaign run by Republic Bank between June 1st to October 31st annually. This is the 12th year that we've had this promotion, and indeed we're always happy to say it was quite successful. Customers, new and repeat borrowers, benefited from reductions in down payments, interest rates, and of course became eligible to win one of these 5 fabulous prizes.
The Republic Bank Deal on Wheel campaign, which is in its 12th year, was launched on June 2 and ran until August 31 of this year.
This is the Evening News. Join us on the other side of the break for more news. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with the Evening News. As thousands gathered once again to witness the flamboyant court's Christmas tree light up on Main Street, Georgetown, a lucky woman, Lachmini Singh, grabbed $2 million for the holidays. Compliments, of course, of courts.
Education Minister Prem Manik Chand did the grand honors of activating the switch that transformed the Shadow Street into a luminous lane. Also, a very ecstatic Singh, the winner of the first $2 million courts giveaway from the holidays, came all the way from Clanbrook, Region 4, Demerara, Mahaica, to be a part of the celebrations. Courts Managing Director Clyde Diaz thanked all Guyanese for their usual support and encouraged them to shop at courts for the chance to receive the grand prizes the Superstore has to offer for the holidays.
Shop $5,000 or more and you get a chance to win. You get a chance to win.
Win?
You get a chance to win.
Win?
This month.
What do we win?
$2 million.
Oh no!
If you shop over 5,000.
Are you kidding?
And next month, another $2 million.
Oh
no, next December.
Yes.
But you know we have to make black cake and all of that. They're going to give you $3 million.
The annual roadshow will hit the streets today in Mahaica to spread the Christmas spirit. The delightful Christmas experience saw a fantastic float with Santa Claus, Mistress Claus, Mickey Mouse and other popular cartoon characters ordered the massive crowd of children with gushes of confetti and cheerful Christmas melodies. Also sharing well wishes to the wondrous crowd was First Lady Dulachmi Ramatar. Royden James, reporting for the Evening News.
The Salvation Army Ghana Division yesterday launched its annual Kettle Appeal. Royden James was there and he filed this report.
Born the King of Angels, oh come let us adore him. Oh come let us adore.
In the presence of President Donald Ramatar, Prime Minister Samuel Hines and Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh, the Salvation Army yesterday launched its annual Christmas Kettle Appeal at the Georgetown Club. Delivering the keynote address was President Ramatar, who noted that his administration appreciates the work that the Salvation Army has been doing in society since its objectives are similar to those of the government.
I always try my best to attend activities of the Salvation Army to let you know how much we appreciate the amount of work that you have been doing in our society. Many of your old mottos and your objectives, your main objectives, are similar to what we try to do in government. You try to help the poor, help to give support to the vulnerable in the society.
He said, too, that the government will continue to support the works of the Salvation Army.
It is also particularly good that at this time of the year of the time of peace and goodwill, that we should have these activities to help to put some light in the lives of many people. It is some of these same motivations that has motivated many of my own actions, my recent actions to prorogue Parliament. I see it as being widely misinterpreted, but it was also to try to give an opportunity for dialogue, and hopefully that it will succeed, to have dialogue, to have discussions.
The Salvation Army is a Christian denominational church and international charitable organization structured in a quasi-military fashion. The organization reports a worldwide membership of over 1.5 million, consisting of soldiers, officers, and adherents known as Salvationists. The year appeal will be held under the theme Giving Hope Today. Royden James, reporting for the Evening News.
Digicel Guyana on Thursday launched its highly anticipated Christmas promotion titled Gold Hunt at Palm Court, Main Street, Georgetown, which will allow customers to win up to $18 million in cash. Bisham Mohammed has details in this report.
In a festive atmosphere, patrons were treated to goodies and live performances by Jackie Hanover, a theatrical presentation by the Marundoy cast, and a few mob dancers who thrilled those present. In a room with lighted white Christmas trees, golden gift boxes and table decorations made out of chocolates, Head of Marketing Jacqueline James said that this year the company is giving back in a golden way.
Well, this year we're giving away up to $18 million in cash and prizes. We will have 2,000 customers qualifying for $500 in free credit every week, so that gives a total of 12,000 customers able to win $500 in free credit every week. The Christmas promotion starts on November 14th and it goes up to December 28th. Customers qualifying must top up with $500 or more. They can either win free credit or they can also get a gold bar. Collect 3 gold bars, and that qualifies a customer to enter the grand prize draw, which is worth $6 million. We want to encourage customers, especially those participating in the grand prize draw, to ensure that they collect as much as they can. If you do not collect, if all the customers do not win all of that $6 million, it goes over into the next draw.
She also explained how customers can be a part of the promotion.
Every week, 2,000 customers will win free credit worth $500. You can either win, once you top up with $500 or more, you can either get free credit or you can collect a gold bar. Collect 3 gold bars, and that qualifies you to enter the grand prize draw, which is every 3 weeks. And the grand prize draw, we will select 6 customers to participate in our TV game show, which, of course, the prizes, they're worth $6 million in cash. Every customer who enters the grand prize draw will also win for themselves a Samsung S5 mini handset.
James encouraged customers to take advantage of the exciting promotion. The launch was done in Georgetown, but it will be promoted in all 3 counties of Guyana. Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
Thanks, Bisham. Now let's turn our attention to the region and internationally to find out what's happening there. A judge in northern Brazil has sentenced 3 people to 20 to 23 years in jail after they were convicted of killing a woman and eating her. Giorgio Beltaro Normente del Silva received 23 years, while his wife Isabella Cristina Perez and his mistress Bruna Cristina Oliveira de Silva were sentenced to 20 years each. The trio allegedly sold pastries made from the woman's flesh to neighbors. They also confessed to killing 2 more women. They will be sentenced later for that crime. The defendants' lawyers say that they would appeal against Friday's sentences. The 3 arrested in the city of Garanhuns in April 2012 were convicted of murder, desecration, and concealment of a body. Now, internationally, Russia has been rebuked by Western leaders about its role in the Ukraine crisis at the G20 summit in Australia. Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper told Russian President Vladimir Putin that he needed to get out of Ukraine. U.S. President Barack Obama said Moscow's aggression in Ukraine was a threat to the world, while the UK threatened more sanctions unless Russia stopped destabilizing its neighbor. The two-day summit in Brisbane is focusing on promoting economic growth. World leaders are expected to elaborate on plans agreed by G20 finance ministers in February to boost global growth by 2% in 5 years. Now let's have a look together at your bridge reports. The Damara Harbour Bridge is expected to be closed at 13 hours on Sunday, November 16 for a period of 1.5 hours. The Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed from 12 hours 20 on Sunday, November 16 for a period of 1.5 hours. Join us after these messages for your sport news.
Every day presents a few more challenges. Keeping your business running shouldn't be one of them. That's why we work every day towards ensuring your overall satisfaction. With over 100 skilled technicians and engineers equipped with the tools and skills to help you do more. With the largest parts inventory in Guyana, over 10,000 line items readily available. Driven by your success is not just a set of words to us. It is a code by which we live. That is why we are proud to say that we are Victory!
Welcome back together. Let's take a look at your sport headlines this evening. Deanna Ryan innings critical to keeping Jaguars afloat. Safety measures in place for motor racing championships. Nainval named to AIBA executive and horse racing to go ahead without feature race. The news is brought to you with the kind compliments this evening of Marcorp.
Every day presents a few more challenges. Keeping your business running shouldn't be one of them. That's why we work every day towards ensuring your overall satisfaction. With over 100 skilled technicians and engineers equipped with the tools and skills to help you do more. With the largest parts inventory in Guyana, over 10,000 line items readily available. Driven by your success is not just a set of words to us. It is a code by which we live. That is why we are proud to say that we are Victory!
Welcome back. Former West Indies middle order batsman Nari Singh Dunarine played a defiant unbeaten innings when the 2014-2015 West Indies Cricket Board's Professional Cricket League 4-day tournament against the Leeward Islands started on Friday at the Ghana National Stadium. Dunarine scored an unbeaten 73 runs to steer the Ghana Jaguars to a respectable 230 for 5 after the first day's play. Test icon Shivnarine Chandrapal supported with 45 runs as the pair put on a partnership of 83 runs before Chandrapal was dismissed. Christopher Barnwell shared the crease with Dunarine to close out play on 24 runs. Guyana will aim to improve during the match in order to start the tournament on a very high note. Motor racing is a highly dangerous sport, and with the final leg of the Caribbean Motor Racing Championships less than 24 hours away, race director of the championships Kit Nascimento spoke with this newscast on some of the safety measures in place for the event. Tristan Joseph reports.
Patrons will not have much to worry about with regard to their safety, according to Nascimento.
First of all, the preparation of the track. It ensures that there are barriers where they need to be to protect spectators and indeed reporters if a car comes off the track during racing. Spectators areas have been designed so that spectators are not in any area where they could possibly get hit or damaged by a car coming off the track.
Meanwhile, the most significant change for safety reasons has been the repositioning of the start line. Nascimento explained why.
We have repositioned the start line for one particular reason. The start line has been too close to turn 1, so that cars tend to pile up on turn 1 and make it dangerous, and the possibility of accidents going into turn 1 at the beginning of a race are very real. So we moved the start line back to give the lead cars sufficient space to get into the right racing line.
The meet will pit the best drivers in the Caribbean against each other and is expected to start from 1000 hours.
Thanks, Tristan. President of the Ghana Boxing Association, Steve Ninval, is now the first official from the English-speaking Caribbean to be named to the executive body of the World Amateur International Boxing Association. The World Body of Boxing had its Congress over the past 2 days in Jeju, South Korea, where Ninval was elected. The AIBA executive body is made up of 20 persons from around the world and makes most of the decisions for boxing. Meanwhile, Ninval highlighted that his decision to be on the executive body simply means that the voice of the Caribbean will be heard in the inner chambers. Despite the absence of the feature race, over 50 horses are expected to participate in tomorrow's Bush Lot United Turf Club one-day horse race meet at the Seaview Park, Bush Lot, West Coast, Berbice. Organizers of the one-day horse race meet were left with no alternative but to reduce the program to 7 races after the featured D-class race could not acquire the number of entries. Coordinator Lekram Subdio told this sportscast on Saturday that only 3 horses registered for the feature race, which was simply not enough. Race time is set for 13 hours and admission to the venue is $1,500 for adults. Children will be admitted free and parking will cost $1,000. And that has brought us to the end of the evening news for today, Saturday, November 15, 2014. Please remember to get a copy of tomorrow's edition of the Ghana Times for details of these stories and other news. I'm Michael Young. Thank you very much for joining us. Be well.